G'day, guys.
You must be the bearded skipper.
I am.
And this is the Rustico Harbor Fisheries Museum?
Yeah, this is the museum that we got going in 2002.
Wow. And did you create it? Did you put it together or come up with the idea?
Yeah, it was my idea. It was I wanted something that people, tourists especially, and a lot of the local people too, could come down and come and look at lobsters in the tank and different fish and that sort of thing.
Well, it must bring people in because it's a fabulous.
It brings a lot of tourists, and it does bring a lot of maritimers too. You know, people from the island and people from Nova Scotia and New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Mostly come over and they go through it and they put their name in the book. And I always look for a negative in the book there that I could change.
Yes.
But it was like taking out tourists deep sea fishing for 35 years.
Yep.
I'd pass around a little book and I'd tell them on the way home, write whatever you want. If the toilet tissue is not your brand, write it and I'll put your brand in, type of thing.
Yeah.
Because they're here for a trip to forget.
And how about you? Were you a fisherman? Are you a fisherman?
I'm the only one out of a family of, we're 8 boys up in the village and 2 girls, and I always liked around the shore, and I always liked around the boats. And my uncle was a fisherman, and he was a pretty tough old guy, you know. If anything went wrong, you felt he's blaming you. He'd fire their inch up in the air if it didn't fit, or fire his rubber boot at something, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And there were a little bit of drinking going on, and I had my share, and I gave it up in 1980, but he used to, I was going with a girl then, and he used to say, you know, how some people say, I'd run around my underwear if you ever got married. He said, I'd drop dead at your wedding if you ever got married. And he did that in 1971. He dropped dead at her wedding.
No way. Yeah. Now tell me, blue lobster, I have heard about this.
Yeah, there's a fisherman out Rustico here caught a lobster. Like, this place is not really open until about middle of June or coming on July, and the tanks are not operational. So he called me on the VHF radio. He said, Norman, are the tanks going? Can you use a blue lobster? Oh, Lord, I said, they're not going, and how could we work that? Well, Durong's up the village on your left-hand side. It's a fish place, Durong's, and they have tanks. So they called and said, we'll take care of them until you get your tanks operational.
Oh, really?
So they did that with the 2 lobsters. And when it was time, the royal visit was on the island, Kate and William.
Yeah.
So when it was time to transfer them down, I went up to Durong's, and I said, and they're very, very busy with tourists. You know, tours in, tours out, tours around there. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to move Kate and William down the harbour. And they come out with the box, Kate and William in, and the people, the eye just fell out. Oh, pictures, you know. Skipper's little babies, feeds them every 4 or 5 days.
Good, man.
And they put out the old claw for that piece of mackerel.
Do they?
From behind a rock.
Really?
Yeah, and pretty near caught my finger there. I was kind of talking to someone at the time.